Chapter 21. The current situation is better for people than the people under the roof. But the current situation is more important than people. He is even more powerful. In the absence of tools and manpower, he has to bow to the primitive people here. Yuan Zhan and Dalai clearly only gave him two roads, either stabbing the slave mark or removing the man's characteristics, penis, and no matter which one both are will make it that he can surrender and not rebel. If he insists on not choosing either of them, he dares to resist the man called Dalai will definitely castrate him. Maybe the other person will think that keeping him alive is a reward and kindness to him. Comparison of the two. Is it still used? He can only choose to be labeled as a slave. Marking is a very painful process, especially the original bone spurs tool used. The craftsmanship of the old man who gave him tattoos was very good. The person may not be that old, but he has lost nearly half of the teeth, one mouth is half a black hole. Yuan Zhan told him that the other's man teeth were knocked out by the warriors of the enemy tribes when he was caught. When he was taken back, he could never eat meat again. The name of the old man is called Missing Teeth. With his appearance and experience, the name is full of irony. Even the people in the tribe do not call to attention on his teeth, but told him it's okay to lack teeth. After the tattoo was over, Yan Mo wiped the tears from the pain and the whole person became quiet and didn't want to talk. Yuan Zhan couldn't care about the emotions of his own slave. He didn't have the spirit. He only felt uncomfortable. After he took him back to the tent, he left him enough food and water. He touched his head. I won't touch you, take a rest. When someone decides we'll go. Yan Mo reached out. Ah. Give me your wrist, I will feel your physical condition. Yan Mo hides the anger in his heart and he was unwilling and tired. Wrist? My leg is the one that is hurt. I know, I need to check the pulse first. The pulse is. When I touch your wrist for a while, I then can know if your body is sick. I know you can't understand, you can take as a means that the priest check the illness. I thought you would say this is a God-given skill. Yan Mo laughed, if you want to think so, you can think so. Yuan Zhan reached out and his face looked a little complicated, maybe this boy is not as he imagined? He was obviously uncomfortable and very angry that Yuan Zhan had given him the mark of slavery, but he still actively reached out to help him. Yan Mo touched the pulse on the youth arm and asked after a while, your right leg is in much more painful in the rainy days, or is it particularly painful in the cold winter? Yes. When you were in the period of rehabilitation. Was it soaked in the water, or was it raining for a long time? Yuan Zhan was surprised. No, it was not raining, it was snowing. It's just the first snow, my wound hurts, my body is hot, my leg felt better when I put it in the snow. Yan Mo declined to comment and continued to ask, do you remember that when the old priest looked at your bone, did he say that your broken bones broke neatly? Or were there any big defects? Are there any cracks in the bone? Were the broken bones in your leg poking out? Yuan Zhan answered the question by memories one by one. How long did it take for your bones to grow? When did you start walking after the accident? Do you feel pain when you walk? When did you start to resume practicing skills in hunting? Yuan Zhan is probably sensitive to numbers, after 2 years. He can still remember the relevant days clearly. This made Yan Mo look at him more carefully. The face of the youth once again revealed the kind of prideful expression that I am very powerful, clever. Yan Mo was trying so hard to stamp down the strong desire to force poisonous to Yuan Zhan. He made the young man sit on the bed and straighten his right leg. He touched it from the knee a little bit and touched him and asked him, are you hurting? If you feel pain, tell me truthfully. Yuan Zhan grabbed his hand. Why? Can't you help me with treatment without seeing my pain? Yan Mo pushed his hand impatiently. What's the reason? You don't mean that your legs will hurt in the winter. If you walk too much, it will hurt. If I don't cure it, you will just be dragging everyone down when you are on the road, or is it? You want to be dragged? Yuan Zhan values his face and he is very proud of himself. When he heard his face went even grimmer immediately. Even if I have a broken leg I will not be dragged. Oh, really? Are you going crawl? The boy mouth was vicious. Yuan Zhan was not angry. He felt that the boy was looking for a reason to treat him with a hard-nosed look, and to Yuan Zhan that more pleasing than the previous obedient face. Is this the true face of the slave boy? He felt that this boy is not bad, and there is a point. He can't find the right words to describe the feeling in his heart, that is, when Yuan Zhan looked at him he wants to pinch his cheeks. If you can do it on the ground, then it's a good feeling. What then, do you want to cure it? Yan Mo was horrified by the vulgarity of the young, greedy, and unremarkable. The fierce youth suddenly inched close to the boy, sticked out his tongue and licked him from his chin all the way to his forehead, and he answered him, thinking. Yan Mo patted his face and rubbed his saliva-plastered face on the youth's leather skirt. If you want to, please shut up. For me. You dare to try it out. Fu * King Hell, your saliva smells like dead pigs. If Yan Mo was not afraid that the guide will punish him he would have punished this Duren, and he will not be able to leave this place in the winter, he will have to stay and take care of his hurt leg. Yuan Zhan didn't believe it. He spit on his mouth and smelled it. Not stinky, if you don't believe you smell it. That is enough of you. The once clean doctor has not been clean since he came here, but the original people here still keep pushing his bottom line every day. When he was just passing by the square, he saw a suspected slave child looking for food in that could be feces of an animal. The Durens next to the kid did not stop him. Ah! Somewhere in the middle of the right thigh was pressed, and Yuan Zhan yelled the pain out. Here. Yan Mo immediately determined the location. Is it particularly painful here? There is also pain in that area, and the range of pain is growing every year. It's inconvenient to not X-ray it. Yan Mo whispered, I'll have to diagnose this by my hand, and rely on my experience. If I didn't die, if I can go back, my medical experience is definitely the best in the world when I go back. What did you say? Yuan Zhan grabbed the boy's chin. Yan Mo was about to answer, but he suddenly smiled awkwardly. Stupid master, watching others stab me with bones, was it cool? Do you know that there is a kind of medical technique called acupuncture and bone surgery? It is said that Lang Zhong, who originally created this method, originally I wanted to use gold needles to puncture out the residual arrow barbs in the injured body, in order to dig them out, and then be extended to puncture the residual bones and lines in the body, and even use it to open the blocked meridians. Yuan Zhan did not understand a word Yan Mo said, but his intuition said that that was very dangerous, and now he felt that the boy is not like a good boy who is resentful. Yan Mo was happy. He found another loophole. He really wants to treat Yuan Zhan's old injury, but it needs to be diagnosed first, and he needs to understand the cause before he can treat the disease. In this primitive society lacking medical machinery, he wants to determine the cause of the disease. Unless the symptoms are obvious, he can only judge by poking and asking, otherwise he needs little tools and drugs to probe and assess the injury. In this process of detecting and eliminating the cause, pain performance is also an indispensable observation factor. He does not deliberately want to let the patient feel hurt, but to determine the cause of the disease he needs to know all the patient's exact sensations, so sometimes it is impossible to relieve pain for the patient because it will hinder the examination and diagnosis. For example, Yuan Zhan case, he can speculate, but still cannot properly diagnose it. Therefore, the method of probing that he will take later is really not that he intentionally wants to make his hairy owner feel painful and uncomfortable. He is actually doing something good for his stupid owner, really. Dear master, remember to come back early. I will not see what I'm doing when it is dark. He must try it before tonight to see if he really succeeded. Yuan Zhan was silent for a long time, and he returned to a good character. Come back soon. When you come back, remember to bring you the herbs and insects that you brought with you. Yan Mo waved his hand to make the stupid master. When Yuan got up, he felt that something was wrong. Thinking about it, he wanted to step on the little slave face until the other person can't breathe, and when he suffocate Yuan will be satisfied and leave. Hey! I dare you to use your stinky feet to step on my face? Yan Mo, who was insane, quickly climbed to his bed and grabbed the straw belt that was thrown into the corner. He grabbed it and sighed. Calm, calm, don't let your temper get the better of you. Thinking about the importance of acting, thinking about the importance of being patient, if you have not yet cultivated the patience, how can you be sent here by a bullet? Think about those who are really old-fashioned primitives. Which one of them can't bear to endure? Which one is not a master of drama? What about your medical skills? If you don't treat a human being, you will only be thrown out of the top tank. Although you are not a thing to f*ck around with, the value of 100 million for hurting someone is not worthy of your own pain. But are you willing? Was he thrown into this world to sin again? Yan Mo, don't forget your ultimate goal. For that, what can't you bear? To-do, father is wrong, dad will definitely work hard, will definitely live better than everyone in this world, you wait for dad to pick you up. To-do, dad miss you. If my suffering can be exchanged for your life's happiness and health, no matter how bitter, difficult, and painful, dad can bear it. To-do, baby. Yan Mo grabbed the straw rope and blocked his mouth, muffling crying tears.